Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being here again today. Right now, we are about to go into the closing remarks, and I have been given the honor and the privilege to introduce our President and CEO of the Michigan Minority Supplier Development Council, Michelle Sourie Robinson. As you know, the MMSDC is a nonprofit organization dedicated to creating and developing successful business relationships between minority business enterprises and multinational companies. Founded in 1977, MMSDC certifies minority businesses, assists in their development, and connects them to organizations, network of corporate members who are eager to do business with them. Annually, the MMSDC helps facilitate $36 billion in spend between corporations and certified minority-owned businesses. During her 5-year tenure, Michelle has crafted an organizational strategic plan, developed new processes and systems, infused professional talent, and raised more than $1.7 million in funding from new sources to drive cutting-edge programs ranging from workforce development to one-on-one MBE professional consultations. In addition, she has spearheaded the creation of a partnership with leading Silicon Valley incubator, Plug and Play, to build a global mobility incubator in Michigan that brings together multiple Fortune 1000 with qualified global setups. With that, I ask that you please give your attention to Michelle.
Thank you, Janice. I did not expect that type of introduction, but thank you very much for that. I hope you've had an outstanding day. The team has worked extremely hard. To Bill Grice, to Dorothy Huddleston, Janice Thomas, who you just heard from, and the rest of our team. There are a lot of people working behind the scenes from our marketing team and process teams to ensure that you actually took away today items that can make your business better. I'm extremely proud of the team and the way we've pivoted. Many of you know that this was to be a live event in March of this year, and we quickly had to retool because I think the exact date was March 17th, and we realized that about that time we were all learning that COVID-19 would literally change our lives forever. And at the end of the day, this team quickly retooled, figured out a way to still get you this very important content. And for that, I'm extremely grateful and very proud of them. So let me take that personal moment of thank you and pause for them for a job well done. Thank you to Automation Alley and everyone else who has supported us in being able to bring you some amazing content today. As I said at the start in the video that I made for them to kick off today, this is a historic an unprecedented time in our country. When we look at the opportunity to move ahead and to make a difference with our partners from Mexico and others around the globe, that will be so important as we infuse and integrate innovation into the work that we do. Now is the right time to do that. When I look at studies from McKinsey Consulting that show that 40% of minority businesses will not be able to weather the storms in 2020. One of the differentiators that I know is innovation. So it was very important for us to put this content at your fingertips today. The engagement does not end here. This is simply a start. But what I ask that each of you do is look at how you and your businesses can increase your MBE to MBE spend. I know most of us are in a low cash flow position, but at the end of the day, we can still make changes and look at the way we're spending the money that we are spending to ensure that it is helping other minority businesses. We can also look at our own talent and look at our own organization and look at the pipeline that we're creating for minority talent within your company. And then finally, what I would say is just a commitment to pay attention to your community. The organizations that we support through MMSDC and MBDA were created, as you learned earlier, more than 50 years ago to change communities. But I am absolutely certain that the way to do that, especially in today's age, is to infuse integration and to fully integrate, I mean, innovation so that we can actually change the way that our businesses operate, but also change the trajectory of them so that they're not simply relegated to small contracts, but we have the ability to grow as the major corporations and government agencies that we work with grow. So I hope you've had an excellent day. Again, kudos to the entire team. Those I see on the screen are Bill, Janice, and Dorothy, so I'm going to give them extra kudos, as well as our behind the scenes team that has made sure technologically that any snafus we had today, they were able to quickly resolve so that we did not delay you getting this important information. Thank you for joining us today. I wish you a fantastic afternoon, and do look at ways that you can deploy this content, but also be on the lookout, because not only will this team be sharing additional information about innovation in the coming weeks, but we will also be hosting our Michigan Minority Procurement Conference. You saw some of the virtual platform that we're using there, but there will be a lot of exciting content and very relevant content for where we are today, and it will be engaging. It is our goal not to just have Zoom webinars for a conference of that size and stature, but to certainly deploy tools that'll have you feeling like you're really engaging and able to have one-on-one consultation and conversations with not only other MBEs, but also corporations and other leaders that you want to meet. Again, thank you for joining. Have a wonderful afternoon.